While things were cool inside the bubble of the Houston Texans practice this morning, the competition was still hot. Head coach Bill O'Brien's got 3 guys competing for one starting quarterback position, a void left to fill with the loss of Arian Foster, and rookies, all looking to prove that they are worthy of wearing the Houston Texans logo come game day. If you know how to play golf, the rules for this game are simple. You tee off just the same, but trade out the clubs and golf ball for a soccer ball, and then play on. On paper, it may look like a mountainous task for the Sidekicks to be able to come back on the Tropics, who beat them 8-0 last month. But Dallas head coach Simone Boza said it wasn't a technical issue that led to the breakdown. It was a maturity issue between his young players and the Tropic players that have 7 to 8 years of experience on them.
Send it down to Laura Sadler, who has our sideline report.
Speaking of Cameron Brown, I got him right here. You guys find yourself trailing after that first half, of position you quite frankly haven't been in a while with your win streak. As a veteran, what do you tell your guys in the locker room to bounce back? In the comments, they have 4 goals from 4 different players, obviously have a lot of versatility in their offense. What do you guys need to do to try to limit their opportunities?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Cameron. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
We'll take it back to you guys. You know, every game we have to pick one man of the match, but that was up for debate. We ended up going with the guy who had the game winner, Oscar Romero. Tell us, walk us through that play of being able to get that game-winning goal.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a fantastic goal, a fantastic win, but we couldn't have had a game winner unless we had someone to tie it up for us. We have Luis Morales. Just walk us through again your play and your impact for this team in today's game. It's that time of year again where dreams are coming true. NFL hopefuls lined up to hear their names called for this year's draft. So let's get to it. Card, please. Thank you. With the number 1 pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns selected Myles Garrett, defensive end from Texas A&M. Can I get a whoop? Whoop. There we go, Brad. As projected, Garrett was the first to go, and he is the first Aggie to ever be the number 1 overall pick in an NFL draft. The star from College Station had 31 career sacks and 141 tackles. At 6'4", 272 pounds, he can move. He ran a 4.64 on the 40, and the Browns have needed a pass rusher. Since 1999, only 3 Browns players have recorded 10 or more sacks in the season. All right, the Dallas Cowboys, they entered this year's draft with the 28th pick. They just made their selection. We are going live here, folks. Okay, from Michigan, they picked up Taco Charlton. He's a defensive end over there. He led Michigan in tackles and sacks, and he was an all Big Ten first-team selection. So a good pick there for the Dallas Cowboys. And then an update for UT fans. Deontay Foreman, their running back, he did not get selected, but round 2 and 3 will be tomorrow starting at 6. All right, the Texans, they originally had the 25th pick, but they traded up for Cleveland's 12th selection. Houston went with the quarterback, which they desperately needed, and they snagged Clemson's Deshaun Watson. At 6'2", 221 pounds, the quarterback threw over 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns this year. Moving on to White House native Patrick Mahomes. He was also tabbed as a first-rounder tonight. The East Texan was the number 10 pick and is headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs, they traded up for the Texas Tech quarterback whose arm reigned over the record boards in Lubbock. He had 53 touchdowns last year alone, 93 in his career, and had 11,252 yards as well. Moving on to Angelina College baseball, they're in a fight for a playoff spot. They played Northeast Texas Community College today, and with Hudson's Jesse Cravey on the mound, let's start off with some defense. Nathan Miranda gets the toe touch and double play to close the 3rd. And once AC got up 2-1, it was home run central. First brought to you by Jacob Fink. That one's over the wall for a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd. Miranda soon followed his lead with another 2-run bomb, and that was just 2 of 5 home runs today. The Roadrunners closed this one in 6 innings with a 13-3 victory. They got a 3-game lead now for the final playoff seed. Now to day 1 of high school softball playoffs. Central hosted New Waverly for the bye district. Second inning, it was go time. Lexi Windsors sails this one for the floater, and it drops to make it a 2 RBI double. So up 2-0, here they come again. Rayleigh Dates drills this to left. It's another 2 RBI double, giving Central a 4-0 lead. Fourth inning, Bliss Johnson has a go at it, and that brought McKenna Bell in home from second. And we have another run rule. The Lady Bulldogs close their game in 5 innings at 10-0. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It's not always the player who finishes with the most points or gets the most playing time that makes the biggest impact on a team. Sometimes all it takes is one valiant spirit to change the lives of every player and coach around them. That kind of jolly soul is everything that is embodied in Hudson's Justin Forrest. Diagnosed with autism, Forrest hasn't let that stop him from making his own unique role with the squad. Entering his second year as team manager, Forrest has left an imprint on his friends that cannot be matched. That's why the Hornets made sure that Forrest's senior night tonight would be one he'd never forget. Who is the biggest Hudson Hornet basketball fan?
It's me.
It's you.
It's me. Justin Forrest.
You heard it here first, and it can't be denied. Justin Forrest is everything that makes up Hornet basketball. What's your favorite sport?
Basketball. Now there's a Hornet right here.
Without hesitation, head coach Rob Peterson opened his arms to Forrest as team manager and said Forrest is always the first one at the gym and the last one to leave a smile on your face.
Basketball? It's the best. I almost done.
Almost done.
Cause what's funny?
You.
It's me funny.
You are funny. Does everybody else think that you're pretty funny?
Yes.
He puts our basketballs away or gets them out for us or fills up water, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun to see him. In the beginning, he was very distracted.
Hey, cause Rob, I can hear me.
Yep, I hear you just good.
Just good.
And now he just kind of takes it on his own and wants to do it. So it's been fun to see him develop into those roles.
But Forrest's role has grown to be so much more than just managing equipment. With a personality as big as his stature, he keeps the game fun.
And you see how he points up in the stands and gets everybody wild up and yelling, and it's fun. As he gets water back there, you can hear him talking to everybody and saying, hey, everybody. I mean, he gets everybody excited. And I mean, he really helps us in more than just getting water and pumping everybody up.
There's more to Forrest, though, than just good laughs in basketball. He's become a part of the team and has bloomed into something much bigger than the game for the Hornets.
He makes you see the bigger picture in life. Like, it's a game, you know, you want to win, but you see more than that. Like, it's getting you ready for afterlife, and that's what he does for me. I mean, he teaches me what I didn't know, and that's what I love about him.
He walks in the gym, and you can't help but put a smile on your face just because he's here, and you know it's going to be, you know, something funny with him or uplifting with him.
You always play for your school, of course, and you play for all your students and everything, but he's also one of those extra things that you play for. So if someone doesn't really have anything to play for, Justin's that one thing to play for.
It's for those reasons and so much more that tonight the Hornets got a special jersey made just for Forrest to suit up and score his first ever bucket on senior night. An idea thought of by
Jacob Pierce. That's my buddy.
It is my senior night, but I love this experience for him. I mean, this is a one lifetime, and I'll be able to tell my kids when I have them that I had one of my best friends went out there and scored the first 2 points, and the gym just went ecstatic.
One last question. Are you going to make that basket tonight?
Yeah, yes.
You're ready?
Man, I'm ready.
So you think he's going to make that shot tonight?
Oh, he's going to hit it.
Just like that, the crowd goes wild.
He's always been here. He's part of the program. Anybody who's part of the program, you gotta let them have their moment too, whether it's big or small. So tonight's his moment.
A simple gesture with a much more complex meaning, changing the measure of a basket. Forrest's basket will no doubt go down as one of the best to ever fall through in Hudson, and it served as a reminder not to cheapen the value of a basket by 2 points. It's because of people like Forrest, baskets can be measured in Hudson as symbols of blessings, opportunity, purpose, and life. Oh, and by the way, Hudson got the win over Jasper tonight. Forest might have had something to do with that as well. We'll be right back. Next time you're cheering on the SFA men's basketball team, you might start watching the game a little bit differently from this point on. As much as the players are battling on the court, it's nothing compared to some of the deeper challenges these guys have faced in their day-to-day lives. Take Ivan Kinnett, for instance. He's easily the Lumberjacks' best shooter and leading scorer, averaging double figures. And there's more behind the 40 three-pointers Kinnett has sunk this year. You see, those three-pointers used to be his dad's favorite shot to watch his son make, until Kinnett's father unfortunately died from cancer when he was just 16 years old. Although Kinnett's dad isn't filling up a stadium seat, he believes his guardian angel is still watching over him from the best seat in the house.
I had a role thrown on me that I wasn't ready for.
Adversity, makes us stronger, and this kid's gone through a lot of it at a young age, and that's why I think he's, the leader that he is.
He makes it look easy. But Ivan Kinnett's journey to Stephen F. Austin has been far from that. Born in Cuba, Kinnett didn't come to America until he was 5 years old, where learning English was the first of many hurdles ahead of him.
I remember earlier when I had to learn English. I was in ESOL classes because I didn't know any English, so I had to learn how to read and write in English and stuff like that, and I had trouble speaking it.
The start to a better life was all because of his father, who shares his name, Ivan Kinnett. His dad risked it all for his family by boarding a boat to leave all they knew behind in order to set sail to a land of opportunity.
He was a hardworking guy, and that's whenever I feel like I'm doing something that's hard or whatever, I would just always think about him and my mom. They're just always been hardworking.
And his dad, talk about a tough guy, his dad leaves his country, and gets on a boat basically to escape Cuba and come here to the United States so he can find a better life for his family. He may be the toughest dude that we all know.
Years later, the tough guy role was swapped all too soon. At just 16 years old, life made Kinnett the man of his household for his mother and sister when his dad passed away from cancer.
Now when I think about it, it must have been so hard for my mom, and she never really showed any weakness and stuff like that. She just kept being strong. And I know during the time, I really I was having a hard time with it, and I still have some hard times with it even now.
Although the grief never fully goes away, Kinnett has overcome a sadness that at one point consumed him, so much so that his passion for basketball ceased to exist.
I didn't want to play basketball anymore. I got depressed again about my dad, and then I took the year off and kind of found myself a little bit.
In finding himself, a big part of who he is basketball. All it took was stepping on the court one more time, and the rest is history.
Then I started playing again. I fell in love with basketball again, and I used basketball to get away from it all. But even then, it's still something I think about my dad every day. So it was hard, but basketball is an outlet for me.
The game became therapeutic, and his triumph over depression came with holding nothing back, whether it be on the hardwood or in his heart.
Honestly, it was just talking about my feelings and what was going on and stuff like that, because me, I like to keep stuff in, and I like to deal with it myself, but it didn't work out. So talking about my feelings and stuff, it helped me get better.
I was an energy giver, in my opinion, and I think most people that are resilient and tough are going to be energy givers. Those people who've gone through adversity and survived just grow stronger. And that's who Ivan Kinnett is.
Following in his father's footsteps, Kinnett left all he knew, his family and his friends, behind in Florida, only to gain a second family here in Nacogdoches.
Unfortunately, his father passed away. Now we have him as a young adult. And I think not only myself, but I think the rest of our staff feels like it's our job to take him from young adulthood to manhood and continue to teach what lessons his mother and father have taught him to this point. And we take that role very seriously.
When I came here, I really liked the family atmosphere and stuff like that. And it's an honor to put the jersey and have the SFA across my chest, just because of all the people that have been here and what the culture here is and stuff like that. So it's really a privilege. I feel like I just want to make him proud and stuff like that. I feel like if he was here, he'd be a little proud of me. And I just want to continue to just make him proud and my family.
Kennet's fighting spirit to win through his loss is exactly what the SFA team has needed this year. You'll be able to catch Kennet and the Jacks take the court tomorrow night at the William R. Johnson Coliseum for a big game against Lamar, and you can cheer along with Kennet's dad every time he hits a three. We'll be right back. Seeing as they're ranked #1 in the state, it came as no surprise to see Central Heights win district this year, making it their 9th consecutive championship. Now the odds they defied in making it happen is a different story. After graduating 14 seniors last year, the Blue Devils managed to keep their winning streak alive with a completely new team and even under a new head coach. Winning one district title is tough, but the Blue Devils have made winning their 9th consecutive championship look easy, doing it in undefeated fashion.
We had high hopes, and I think we carried it through by, winning a 9th consecutive title. And I mean, that's a big thing to carry, especially from a program like Central Heights. I mean, I'm just glad that we can accomplish something like that, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Winning is nothing new at Central Heights, but there were hurdles to overcome, like filling in the roles of 14 graduating seniors.
The mentality was, work hard. We got to fill those spots. Because, I mean, it is difficult losing many guys like that they were experienced. But these guys, we've come in just trying to fill their shoes. And so far, we've done a great job of that.
It also helped having a not-so-average JV team coming up that went 21-1 last year.
I just kind of thought of it as our time to shine. I definitely think we play more together as a team. I mean, these guys are like my brothers. I do anything for them, they do anything for me.
They're a group that knows how to win baseball games, and they just came together real well, playing the varsity schedule, and they've done great.
New head coach Travis Jackson has now stamped his name in the rich Blue Devil tradition and was thrilled to get the chance to build a winning team from scratch.
When I interviewed for the job, you walk in the hallway in there, and there's like gold gloves all the way down the trophy case, so it meant something to me to keep the tradition going and get another one of those gloves in the trophy case.
He is the best coach I've ever had, and he coaches us up, and he's not negative all the time. And I mean, there's moments where we all get down, but he's always boosting us back up.
At 25-1-1, Central Heights season is hopefully long from over, now that it's playoff time.
We want to win it all. I mean, every team does, but I feel like we have the ability to this year.
The way we've been playing, we just got to keep it up. We got to keep our heads up. You can't get too cocky, or else, something's going to bite you. But, I mean, just as long as we keep playing our brand of baseball, we'll be fine.
First up for Central Heights in the Bye District will be on Alaska. The SFA baseball field will be the backdrop to this series that starts Friday night at 7.